Hello and welcome to the Talk with Lara. Today, joining me is a very special guest, and of course, we're talking about none other than the first female Emirati Arab wildlife photographer in the world, Suaad Al Suwaidi. Hello and a very warm welcome. How are you doing, Suaad?
I'm doing excellent. And yourself?
I'm very well. Thank you very much. It's such a pleasure to have you with us on the show today.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be with you, wherever we are.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
The pleasure is mine. We're going to start off by asking you to tell us a little bit more about your journey, how it began. How did you get into wildlife photography?
Believe it or not, this journey, I didn't choose anything about it, it happened by God. So let me begin by thanking God for my life story. If it wasn't for my story on earth, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I also want to thank the person who believed in me and believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. And that person is my mom, and I give her all, the credit for the success that I have reached so far. It was, I'll be brief because I mentioned this in different places, but it was during my studies in the States, when I felt lonely. At that moment, I was feeling like I wanted a companion, a friend, someone to help me because I was doing my studies in engineering, and it was my mom's dream. So I was living someone else's dream. It was a struggle, but I wanted to make her, happy. And if you're swimming against the tide, it gets a bit difficult. But with a friend, it's much more easier. That companion was not in a human form, but more of maybe a hobby, something to connect with myself. So with no, planning, pre-planning, I just all of a sudden decided to take a camera. I got a camera, and I didn't know what I'm going to do with it. I didn't know how to use it or, what to capture. But I knew it's going to be my friend and, my friend for life. So we had the struggles like any human, any real friend. We had our ups and downs because I didn't understand it, and I felt it didn't understand me. But back then, when I started, I started off capturing birds and deers and nature, and in the States it's easy. I didn't know that I was actually collecting document for the UAE Women's Encyclopedia to be used after 17 years. So, and the rest is history.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Wow. And like you said, the States is a beautiful place and an easy place to capture all these beautiful images.
Correct.
Wow.
Yes.
What would you say are the projects that you're working on at the moment, Suaad?
Let me continue saying my story is
Absolutely.
and it's connected to the projects that I'm working on.
Of course.
I did continue on my studies as my master's degree, doing my dream as an architect, and I loved it. And it took me to that path, and my friends stayed with me. And then every single thing in the world of photography, I never chose it, believe it or not. It's like people approaching me, companies approaching me. Would you like to go this place, or do you like to, visit this place? So I cannot tell you tomorrow I'll be doing this, but I can tell you that it opened up doors and levels that I cannot even believe happened to me. And it's hard to believe in yourself. It's hard to believe that you can succeed in this journey, especially when you're alone. Believe in something small, believe in the hobby that you have. Where are you going? And the struggle is real with yourself, and I cannot tell you, but I can tell you, I notice in the world that I'm going, talking in an international way. I notice that there are lots of people who wants to hear the story, to be inspired and motivated. I can tell you that this is a main mission for me today, is to inspire as much as I can, to motivate as much as I can, to create a different kind of platform, because I lived with myself for many, many years, and I think the most important relationship that you should have is the relationship with yourself.
So true.
So by that, you're going to know your strengths and weaknesses only. And then there are good times and there are better times. Never worse, never bad. How can you be sad in a situation if you are tested or someone around you is revealed? It's a good thing.
Of
you know.
course.
So it teaches you, going back to, it teaches you who you are and how strong you can, face the world. Yes, we can pretend to be strong, but we are human at the end of the day, and that's okay.
It's okay to be human.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What has been the highlight from your photography journey? What would you say has been your most memorable experience? I'm sure they have all been equally pleasurable and rewarding, but I'm sure one certain situation must have stood out during these last 17 years.
Today, actually, 17 years is when the name got documented, and I knew about it.
Okay.
And today I completed, I marked like 20 plus years.
MashaAllah.
So
MashaAllah.
I think the biggest thing that happened to my personality is that my life shifted from existing to living. And the big mark that I can talk about is that my last trip to the Himalayas, of an altitude of 5,000 meters above sea level, and the temperature was minus 28 below zero, and you can, as much as I explained to you, I cannot tell you how cold it was. I cannot tell you how the struggle was real. I cannot tell you, it was maybe dangerous because I lost oxygen, and the doctor told me, let's evacuate you down to Kaza, and I refused. Behind the scenes, I'd rather be with my oxygen to capture the snow leopard. And these trips today teach me more about myself. How much do I want it? Not to tell the world, because we are now, I think we are under the pressure of social media, but to live the moment and be grateful for what God have opened for me, and be grateful of seeing the planet and seeing lots of things and experiencing really life from just different perspectives and just enjoying it. So that's the highlight of what I'm living.
I love
purely
that.
Living.
I love that. Now, earlier you referred to the camera as being your best friend, your only friend when you were in the States, the only friend you could trust. What does the camera mean to you today? How would you define it?
We're a part of each other. It's my extended eye. And images is not just a picture, because everyone can capture a picture today, but the camera especially that I use is manual, and when the moment comes to capture an image, I have to hold my breath like a gun in order for me to have an unshaken image. So a breath from me, taken from me, to put life in the images that I take. So it means a lot. It's an extended of my body. It's extended of who I am. It's like as kids we used to use the kaleidoscope, and our imagination takes us to different places. So that's my kaleidoscope. It takes me to the world.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much.
Success is a huge word, and what success means to you is different than what success means to me. We would like to know, what is Suaad Al-Suwaidi's meaning or definition of success?
You're absolutely right. Is there anything that means is there any real definition of success?
A real definition? I think in the English Oxford Dictionary it means maybe achieving targets.
Even through your normal day?
Yeah.
Going through your normal day, being strong, whether you're going through a storm, whether you're going through a day, whether everyone is struggling in some way. I think success is just, living day by day towards maybe a target that you have, being strong, believing. Success is, being in peace with yourself. Success is not achieving things, because in most of my interview, they always ask me what's next,
Mm.
you know, and I noticed that this question is asked for lots of known people,
Mm-hmm.
and it might, if you're not conscious enough, it might add pressure
Mm.
to, okay, let me search for what's next, so that
Mm.
they have the what next. But I think the struggle to live in the moment and knowing you're taking baby steps to, you know, to the highest mountain is success. Knowing that you're still there, that you're still fighting when lots of souls and lots of people gave up at the beginning of the journey. I think that's success. And then achieving
Mm.
is just the fruit for you to celebrate, you know, the moment to celebrate.
Yes.
But it's every single day. You go through it, you focus against yourself, because there are lots of times when you say, enough. As a human being, you will say, oh, I'm tired.
Oh yeah, it
And
happens to
then
all of us.
All of us. And then you just say, you know what? No, it's not enough. Let me see what tomorrow would bring. And you think that you're following a path that you pay for yourself. But in reality, what I believe is that the story is there. We're only living it.
So beautiful. Now you are the first female Emirati and Arab wildlife photographer.
Yes.
How does that feel
Uh,
in the world? I mean, this is on a global level. You're the only one that holds that title.
Correct. In the Arabian world, it's an obligation, you know. It's a message for the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
It's the message for everyone. How do you do that? You know what I mean? I know the burden of the name. I know how important the title is. I know, you know, you have to not only represent your country, you're representing not only the female, you're representing lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to really know how to represent it in the right way, because if God gave you the gift, do you know how to handle it?
Mm.
Do you know how to take care of it? Do you know how to cherish it? And do you know how to blossom having this gift? Because we're human at the end of the day. And knowing that you are human, you know, when I travel the world, I love to travel humble. I love to travel without people knowing who I am,
Mm-hmm.
because I love to treat people on the human level.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes titles, you know, defines us in a certain way, puts us in different categories,
Mhm.
makes us, if you're not aware, makes us maybe look at people in a different perspective, and that I don't like that.
Mm.
I love to treat people on a human level, and to break that, you know, ego, if I ever have it. I serve. I'm a Lion member. It's you know, I serve people who need my service whenever I can, on the lowest level. So Lions Club is a charity club. So
They have branches all around the world. I'm very
Absolutely.
familiar with
Yes,
them
they
because my uncle is a member in the branch in Lebanon.
Yes. So
Yeah.
when you're a lion,
Mm.
it reminds you that you're human. Behind the scenes, yes, I don't share it, because it's a time that I have between me and God to go to serve people who need me. And that reminds me that at the end of the day, if you strip off the titles, you strip off everything, you are human,
Of course.
and you deal with people on a human level. So yes, the name, the title is big. It has its weight, but at the end of the day, I'd rather be human and treat people at that level.
Thank you for sharing your views on that. What would you say are the 3 most beautiful qualities about Suaad Al Suwaidi?
I should keep that for people, right?
For me, there's like a million qualities that I could share right now about you. I mean, your warmth, the kindness that exists in you, the genuineness that exists in you. I'm telling you, the list will never be ending. But what would you say are your 3 fortes, your 3 strengths, your 3 top qualities?
I think it's very hard for me to really tell, you know. I'd rather keep it for people.
To judge?
Yes, and I'd rather people know me on a closer level
Mm.
to judge.
Yeah.
I leave that to the world to judge. And the way that I know I'm going to come in tears now. From the moment that I leave home till I reach my final destination, for example, Nepal was like approximately 30 hours. The Himalayas was approximately like a couple of days. And during this journey, I see life, real life, you know, all kinds of life. And the less fortunate, let me be specific. And then dealing as a human being, you know, in a very humble way, when I come back and hear from people who say, thank you, you changed us, you touched us, I know by then is that I did leave my footprints in a good way. And I did touch hearts in a good way. And that's actually my mission. If you cross my path, whoever you are, wherever you are, and I know, I'm telling you, this is emotional. I know lots of people will be seeing this, and they know who they are, from the simplest to the highest. It's hearts that I touched. And at home, and when I receive, you know, the messages that I hear from people, I know that I did the good. So when you leave this journey, you know you did good, with a title or without.
So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Suaad.
Thank you so much.
Last but not least, what would you tell the viewers that are watching us now? What message do you have for everybody who's watching? What would you say to them?
Believe in yourself. What really keeps me going and gives me strength is two things. One is I've always believed in something greater than myself. That's God. Greater than any human being. That's God. The other one is passion. Find yourself. When I was a kid, I used to draw a lot, and I was thinking that this is what I love. But I think I picked it up imitating someone as a kid. And then, yes, lots of people got surprised that I don't want to do that. And I figured out that that's not me and that's not my passion. As soon as you find what God have created you to be, your life is going to shift from existing to living.
So beautiful. Words of wisdom. It has been such a pleasure talking to you today. I want to thank you for spending some time with us on today's show, and we wish you continued growth and success in all your future ventures.
Thank you so much. The honor is all mine. And yes, I'm happy when I see people and I see them succeed, whether with my helping hand or not. It adds a lot to my life. So thank you, Lara, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for your warm and kind words, and we wish you all the very best and success always.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, that's all we have time for on this episode. It's been very interesting finding out more about Suaad Al Suwaidi. My name is Lara, signing off. Until next time.